Hey, hello, it's me RJB, and today we're back with two separate standalone matches between Jung Petrucci against Brain and Jung Petrucci against a rabbit. Jung Petrucci is a friend of mine. Usually I refer to him with the name Trisha, but he hasn't really used that name in quite a while, so might as well just refer to him by his in-game username that he's using at the time. Made, or however you pronounce, I have no idea how you pronounce that one. The H in front of the M really throws me off. Like, I've got no idea. I'm just gonna call him Brain, because this is Brain on the name H. Made. Made, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that one correctly. I'm just gonna say Brain. I'm not gonna burn my hands trying to pronounce and say something that I'm going to completely butcher. So, just gonna stick with that. And Petrucci, I gotta call him Petrucci, however you want to say it, really. There's so many options. It's an Italian name. It's the name of a really amazing guitar player who is also a prog metal guitarist. He's considered to be one of the great virtuosos of the 90s and the 2000s, and well, ever since then, he's been one of the main guitarists that, well, people look up to. And rightfully so. He's really skilled. He plays for a band called Dream Theater, and he has a couple of his own side projects under his own name, or Liquid Tension Experiment. But you're not here to talk about music, so let's put the music aside for now and focus completely on the match. Petrucci here going for a +1 Nexus into 2 gateways and a Forge and an Assimilator. Most of the time we see 3 gateways and an Assimilator, no Forge, but he wants to play it safe, wants to play it secure, because against Brain you don't quite know if he's got something up his sleeve that is going to completely catch you off guard. Then having no cannons there at your Nexus is going to kill you. So he's playing it safe. He's playing it very safe. There's 2 Zerglings there out on the map, another 4 here in the middle, already on the way towards Petrucci's base. Petrucci has 2 Zealots spawning right about now. He doesn't yet know where Petrucci is located though, so he's splitting the Zerglings up. Now he finds him, so he can pull those Zerglings from spot number 1 all the way to spot number 12, but the Zealots have arrived, the cannon has finished, and I think that roughly about everything here is protected by that one single cannon that we're looking at. Cybercore now also on the way. Oh, it's finished. It was already on the way. I thought this was the Cybercore for a second, but this is the Cybercore right here. We've got 2 extra hatcheries from Macro there in the back, 1 there in the front. Only 2 Sunkens. That's cutting it very close to the edge. And he also has no Overlord here in the front, so he doesn't really have vision. But he's playing it as bare bones as can be. He doesn't want to spend money where he doesn't need it. But I do think he might need more Sunkens here in the front, because we have Petrucci here still making Zealots. He's got 2 more Zealots there on the way, and once he has about 6 Zealots, he can try to just walk through. And walk through, they will be able to, because only 2 Sunkens don't really deal that much damage against 6 Zealots. But he does have 6 Zerglings there as well, which might be able to block those Zealots in the case that he tries to get in. A little bit of an exchange happening here. Zerglings trying to bait those Zealots in, but Petrucci is never going to make that mistake of getting baited into a fight that he doesn't want to pick, or taking damage and losing a Zealot that he doesn't want to lose. We got the Robo here already finished. We've got the support, well, Citadel of Doom, and now the support bay. Support bay a little bit late, but it is on the way. Information is being gathered here with that Zergling. Still no Overlord anywhere on the map. Well, they are all the way over here, but why would he put them over here? He's still got that one there. This one is moving all the way back to the middle to get more vision there, just in case that Petrucci is building pylons with gateways on the middle, and that's something you want to see happening, because if you don't see it, if you're not aware that it's happening, it's going to get ugly. Brain there going for a very fast lair, and he's got the Hydralisk then already finished. He's going for Hydralisk speed. Hasn't queued up any of his Hydralisks yet there, though. One of the Zergling there getting into the base, entering. Shillot is finished. He's gonna do some scouting first, so maybe he's gonna try to pick up those zealots and put them into the base. Looks like he's scouting. He's scouting. We now have Hylas on the way as well, because Brain saw the shuttle, but he knows that the support bay was a little bit later than usual, so he knows that the Reavers aren't out on the map yet. So he does have one Hydra, but there's no units here yet, so he doesn't need to defend himself yet. He can still build more units, prepare himself. He does have vision on the sides now as well, so he can see those dropships, or shuttles specifically, coming in. I shouldn't be calling them dropships, because that is going to trigger some people. It's triggering me, even. Temple's Archive are on the way, still only on 3 gateways. Not a lot of unity on the map for Petrucci, but he does have 45 probes. He's rich. And he's going to get richer and richer. Brain is trailing behind by a little bit, but he's on track to hit the points that he has to hit. But 4 hatches are in the back. Now, not a lot of hatcheries, but he does have a lot of Hydralisks here. But Petrucci is not going for a drop because he knows that the Hydrolist there will intercept the shuttle. He had all the information he gathered with that shuttle when he flew in just earlier. So he knows that he cannot go in, but he is gonna get his shuttle picked off. The Reaver stays alive. The Reaver gets a single kill on a group of Hydras. He killed only one somehow. But the Brain there stops the shuttle, stops the Reaver, slows down the push, but another Reaver already arriving on the scene. But losing that one Reaver and one shuttle really does help Brain. And now it looks like Petrucci is having trouble with his Reaver AI because it cannot target this stupid damn sunken for whatever reason. Recently I saw a video by, I think it was Firebat Hero, where he showcased why that happens. And there's a very weird thing going on with pathing, where the map is divided into blocks, but those blocks are not blocks like perfect squares, they're random shapes. And that completely messes up Reaver pathing or unit pathing. And that's what we're seeing right here. The Reaver is trying to attack this, but that completely random pathing that we usually, that is happening in the game, which is a very important bit of information. It is completely random cell division of the map that causes this. But Brainier going out into the middle trying to stop those cannons from happening, but he didn't have vision of the cannon, so he didn't know they were there. And now the Reaver there gets a lot of Hydra kills. And right there, Brain lost a lot of his units, and that's going to hurt him, but he does have Mulex on the way here to ward Trisha's base. Trisha doesn't have really anything here in the back to defend himself. There's one cannon finished, no other cannons there on location. He does have the shuttle trying to get in, but the shuttle is not getting in there at all. It's completely sealed off and walled off, and now Brain in the fight to kill the Nexus, kill probes, kill cannons, but we do have Templars on the way here from Trisha. Trisha has Templars already finished and they're coming back to the base. Gonna storm on the Mutas. Storms. Doesn't hit his own probes. His probes, ooh, barely stays alive, the probes. He's gonna lose the Nexus here though, because the Mutas are hanging on top of the probes. Gonna have to pull those probes away. Storms right next to the probes, so it doesn't kill the probes at all with either of those 3 storms that he used. Somehow, but he does lose the Nexus. This is looking very, very bad here for Petrucci. Petrucci is looking pretty dead. This is looking really, really bad. One more can there in the back, gonna go down. He's got a drop there on the way though, and Brain is responding a little bit too late. He responds way too late. He gets stormed, loses a couple of his drones, not all of them. Well, actually, that was a pretty bad one. I think he went down from about 35 to 23, so that is worse than I thought. He only has about 11 left on the minerals. That is really, really painful, because while Jung did lose his main here, he didn't lose that many probes, and he's got an Archon now as well, which can protect against these Muletis really easily. Brain trying to get a couple more probes. He finds the perfect spot to micro his Muletis, but eventually it does look like the Archon. Nope, just gonna micro away once again. Archon still on the chase, trying to get on top of the Muletis, but the Muletis still running away, getting more probe kills there in the back. But it's still such a huge difference in worker count. But this does slow Jung down so much, and Jung is losing so much of his attention to defending this. You can even see his APM has dropped so significantly much because he's trying to kill those Muletis, but he's unable to do so. He's completely being distracted so extremely hard by Brain, who made a very, very good call by going for the fast Muletis. Now drop comes in. The drop is gonna have to retreat there though, because 2 groups of Hylas are there to intercept and intervene. Splits up all of his shuttles into 3 different groups, tries to go in, but forced to retreat there as well. One of the groups there went down, is trying to fly. Nope, it's still alive, it's right there. So he hasn't lost any of those shuttles yet. We do have Mulus now on the way trying to kill one of those shuttles, which has Templar in there, but everything is Templars in there. He's trying to find a way in, but Brain is playing this so well. He even killed one group here at the bottom because I'm missing a group of shuttles. So that one must have gone down. Now this one's going to go down to the Scorches here as well on the front. Brain is playing this so amazingly well. Oh wait, no, the Templar arrives on the scene. Templar doesn't get the Templar Storms. Oh, another 15 kills there for Petrucci. He's really making it count. Another one. Storms, but this one kills no drones at all. But there, nope, it's empty. So he did manage to deal some damage there, but the game is looking really, really bad for Petrucci. He's completely thrown off his game. He's completely lost his track of mind and his train of thought. So Brain goes into the middle. The two Reavers in the back though might get some shots on the Hydras, but they lost their Scarab, so not gonna happen. The Hydras they are breaking into the middle. This is perhaps too much for Petrucci to handle. The Gateways there in the middle also going down. This game is looking very ugly now. And Brain is just gonna end this really easily and quickly. This is just looks so easy for Brain. I don't know how he does it, but somehow Petrucci is a very good player. He's beaten players like JH and Lee Bok-gu a lot, but somehow just like how Brain made Rabbit look bad in ZVP, Brain is doing the same to Petrucci. He's making Petrucci look bad in PvC, which is something I never thought was, possible. The Templar stays alive. Templar doesn't get the Storm because the drones are too far away. And that was bases dying as well. This is such... I didn't expect this to be going like this. This is like... How does he do it? I don't know. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he makes this work. Petrucci has a very good PvZ, but here everything just fell apart and Brain just completely dissected him on every single front and aspect of his gameplay. This was just insane. It looked so easy for Brain, but Brain... It isn't easy. This is very difficult to do, but he made it look legitimately easy. I don't know how. I am completely dumbfounded. Like, the game just flipped on its head and it was over. So somehow, something that shouldn't be possible happened. I can't explain this. Like, it was just perfectly played. Perfectly played by Brain. As always, he always plays it absolutely perfectly. So that was game number 1. Now we're going over to a different game. Again between Petrucci, and this time it is against Rabbit. So let's look for replay number 2 and see how that one's going to play out. Because I'm kind of excited for this second game. So yeah, no score tracking today. Because there's 2 different games altogether with 3 separate players in each match. So we've got Jun against Jung. Jun is a Rabbit, he's the Protoss here, and we've got a copycat, Jung, here on the yellow Protoss. So Jung against Jung, and I'm gonna call them Rabbit and Petrucci. Petrucci, however the Italians pronounce the name. Even though the guy is American, so there's no point in trying to pronounce it as an Italian, because he's an American. He's an American, not an Italian. The player, though, is Korean. But that's not... Let's just completely ignore that little side-tracking thing that's going on here. Pylon. A pylon for both players at 7 supply. Well, 8 supply, 7 probes. That's the most usual thing in 1v1. This is something you will always see. This is like that rock of consistency in your life in any matchup that a Protoss is involved in. You will always see this beautiful pylon there, sitting by itself, waiting for minerals to arrive. For a Nexus, so it now has a Nexus buddy. Pylon is no longer alone, although this Nexus was here as well, the probes were there too. But let's just ignore the Nexus and the probes. This Nexus, the second Nexus, is the one that counts. It's his Nexus Pylon friendship. They were meant to be. It is the one true pairing. True love. These two always come together. We've got the gateway there and a forge for both players. They're doing the exact same thing and moving out at the exact same time as well. So both players are conformists, basically. They're doing what they were told to do. And that's the build order. But the build order is also, of course, the best thing to do. And honestly, I'm just talking complete nonsense so far. Now, one of the few things I like about this mirroring when both players do the exact same thing, which they are. They are doing the exact... They were doing the exact same thing. They no longer are. There's a small difference. We got one assimilator for Petrucci and two assimilators for Rabbit here on the other side. Cybercore coming in for both players there though, but the difference is this cannon and no cannon, but an assimilator here for Rabbit. Although the cannon is coming in now, but there's the second assimilator for Petrucci. Now, the one thing we can determine from this difference is Petrucci is going to be a little bit slower with his tech. Not much, but he's going to be a little bit slower. So that means he's going for a slightly different branch in his decision making than a Rabbit is going. Rabbit has the gas. Oh, they both have about the same gas somehow. How, I'm not sure, but the difference is so small that you would expect it to be a little bit bigger. Maybe Jung just has better optimization. We've got a Citadel there coming out for Petrucci. We've got a Citadel coming out there for Rabbit. Rabbit can also afford more, but he's not yet deciding to spend his gas on more. We've got better rope production here coming out from Petrucci though. There's a robo facility as well in the back. Robo facility here coming out for Rabbit as well. And Rabbit still does have a 100 gas lead over his opponent. So the difference is now setting in for the gas. Well, wait, does he not have... I'm starting to question whether he has 6 probes mining gas. I think he's got 5. I think that's why he's got less gas. He only has 5 on the assimilators, and Rabbit has 6 on the assimilators. Which does mean that Petrucci has slightly more minerals, but Rabbit has more gas. But we're not seeing that difference in gas coming into effect yet much. We've got the same tech buildings for both players. We've got a Citadel, we've got a Robo, we've got a Templar's Archive, and the same here for Rabbit. Zealot there doing some scouting, and this Zealot also did some scouting, but because the tech structures are all the way in the back, Rabbit doesn't have the same information that Petrucci does have. Petrucci is seeing everything. Support bay there coming out as well. Support bay not coming out here for Petrucci. That is an interesting difference, because that means we're seeing Reavers soon, or shuttle speed into Templar drops. Well, both players are going for Templar drops actually, but we do have the Cybernetics Core getting a range upgrade for Rabbit, and we don't have a range upgrade here for Petrucci. He also has 4 gateways instead of 3. Well, now there's 5 here, so 5 against 4, but 4 is already finished here for Petrucci. He's got the drop there finished as well. Templars are getting picked up. Likewise, we've got a Templars, double Templars here actually for Rabbit. 1 shuttle. He's got vision all over the map as well with those pylons. Planning to get more vision there. There's 2 zealots in the front, so he knows if something is leaving, but the shuttle here is out on the map faster for Petrucci than it is for Rabbit, and they don't see each other. They don't see each other flying past. They didn't spot each other. And Petrucci coming in first is a huge advantage, because if he gets this storm, or he can distract Rabbit from his own drop, he's flying close towards the probes. Probes are running away, trying to stay alive. The storm has finished for Petrucci, but he's completely ignoring the probes. The probes are running away to safety. A drop here trying to go in for Rabbit as well. Rabbit is now pulling back his probes, thinking he is safe, thinking the shuttle might actually just be empty, but it isn't. It isn't empty. He's running away with his probes once again. This is a lot of lost mining time. Storm comes out. Storm hits. Gets 10 kills. Not the amount that we were hoping for, but 10 kills is 1/4 of his total probe count at this point in time. This shuttle is not gonna get in. This forces on 1 Dragoons, and that is already a huge disadvantage in this game for Rabbit. Because now we've got 48 against 36 probes, and Petrucci really built himself a massive lead here. Like, he's got 14 more probes, which is a lot of extra income if both players are on the same amount of assimilators. Now, do note that there's 9 probes here, or maybe 8, 9 or 8 probes here on the assimilators, and 0 probes on the assimilators for Rabbit. So Rabbit is no longer getting gas, he's focusing on defending and getting map vision to recover his economy. So this is to get his economy back on track. Shuttle there, though, is on a path where no Dragoons can intercept it, but he is not sure where to go in from. He's hanging there for now. He's waiting for a second shuttle to get loaded up, maybe, or maybe he's just biding his time and building up space using all the advance he has. Now drop comes in from Rabbit. There's a single Templar in there. Templar storms. Templar gets a pretty massive hit. I didn't see how many... Ooh, he went down for about 56 to 29. That is massive. But drop here coming in from Petrucci as well. Shuttle stays, goes... Templar's still alive. He's not focusing on the Templar. Templar's walking closer. Templar storms on nothing. But now we've got Rabbit in the lead. So Rabbit went into the lead. Rabbit has more probes, but has less supply. So Petrucci did get more units out on the map during the time frame that he had more probes and more income. But now he is, well, behind on Rabbit in terms of how much income he's got per minute. At the moment, he does have the chance to go for an attack, because he simply has more units. And that is what he's doing. He's going for an attack, because he, as I said, has more units. Also, more side vision here for both players, actually. They're mixing their pylons here and switching over to different colors, because it's a little bit difficult to see the yellow and the pink at the same time there when they're mixed up. Dragoons coming in. Templars are there as well. Templars do have storm. Templar storms on Dragoons. That's a lot of storms on Dragoons. And yeah, that attempt to attack from Petrucci was only meant to get this shuttle into the base, for 3 Templars are loaded up into the shuttle. 1 storm. It's going from 51 to 46, 51 to 33. That's a good drop. He's now once again back in the lead. So far, every single drop attempt, except that one from Rabbit, has gotten good results for either player. But now the game is looking more worrisome than it did before for Rabbit, because he is down on supply, down on probe count, and he is now forced to go for a counter-attack to try and get something going, or to stop these Dragoons here from killing all of his sight vision that he built up. So that's 300 minerals going down here for Rabbit, and maybe that probe there as well. Well, these pylons for Petrucci are also going down. Petrucci has a shell here, though, on the way, but he's going to get spotted out by this pylon. Maybe... Oh, Rabbit is going to see it for sure, because this observer there sees it as well. Dragoons here on the chase, Dragoons there on the run. He's going to change direction. He's got spotted out there, though, but there's a couple of Dragoons here in the base that can intercept it. He's going in. He's flying. He's trying to avoid the Dragoons, trying to find himself a path and a way in. Templar arrives. Templar... Oh, he's running away a little bit too late, but he... Oh, that's mass... Oh, yeah, 25 kills. That is terrible. Terrible for Rabbit. Great for Petrucci. Rabbit is now in the worst spot, because he's behind in supply and massively behind in workers, and he has to make this one drop that he's got now. He has to make it count. He has to hit some probes. But can he? Because we've got 3 Dragoons here, 4 Dragoons there, more Dragoons here on the top side. So it's going to be very difficult for him to fly that shuttle in. So now he goes for an all-in attack. It's either he gets results now, or the game is over. But he's already pulling back his Dragoons. He's got no upgrades on the Dragoons, and there's level 1 upgrade for Petrucci. And that is also because he had more minerals in the early game than a Rabbit did. The drop there on the top side, though, but he's flying in between pylons, flying into Dragoons there as well. He's going to have to go straight in. Fight here going in favor of Petrucci. Shuttle goes down. Storm's coming down on Dragoons as a retreat. He's trying to retreat as fast as he can, but now we've got Petrucci with his 70 supply lead on the chase, going for the counter-attack. He's putting Dragoons, though, there still in his own base to defend against shuttles that might be coming in still, because of course he does not exactly know how many probes Rabbit has left, But Rabbit's base is in shambles. His economy is in shambles, and now this fight here going into Petrucci's favor as well, because he has that level 1 upgrade, which Rabbit couldn't afford so far. Another drop there on the way. The fight here is somehow going for Rabbit because he used his storms more effectively than Petrucci did, but drop there coming in for the top side. This one is completely unspotted. Templar unloads. Templar is gonna storm on some probes, but only kills one. The Templar stays alive. It's gonna just hang there just outside of cannon vision. Dragoons coming in there to finish off the shuttle, but they're having troubles getting on top of it because he's not paying enough attention, so his probes are arriving back. Fight happening here as well. Templar unloads. Templar's gonna storm on the probe. Probes are too late with running away, and he loses the remainder of the probes that were on the minerals. He kept a couple of them alive, but now he has only 18 left once again. And 65 probes there for Petrucci. Somehow there's a zealot there on the hill. Not sure how he got there, but the game goes for Petrucci. He beats Rabbit in a 12-minute and 22-second PvP. A lot of back and forth there, as is the staple recipe in PvP for the Koreans, with all their PvP rules, such as no cannon to choke and all that kind of stuff. Was close for the first 7 or 8 minutes, and then Petrucci just kept getting advantage after advantage after advantage, and he simply got too far ahead. It seems like he also dodged the storm here, so there was a storm drop coming in that failed because it looks like Petrucci intercepted the shuttle or the Templars. So really well played there for Petrucci, didn't make any mistakes, whereas Rabbit seemed to be making a couple of awareness mistakes. Usually his awareness is his strongest point, but in this game in particular, he couldn't keep track of everything that was going on at all times. He lost track of a couple of shuttles that he had vision of. He lost track of them, and it resulted in the loss of a lot of probes, loss of economy, and a loss of the game as well. But that's it for today. 2 short matches on the request of Petrucci himself. I hope you enjoyed them. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Also do note I turned off the background music that isn't Starcraft, so I went back to Starcraft background music instead of going for the videos that I've been using for the last couple of videos. The YouTube videos, I mean. You get what I mean. The music videos on YouTube for background music. Yeah, that train of thought didn't really go as I expected or wanted it to. Anyway, I'm gonna put an end to the video. I'm gonna search for a thumbnail. And thank you for watching.